Tell us what happened here this afternoon.
Yeah, BFD crews arrived to find a large column of smoke. First in unit reported approximately 6 to 7 properties and their contents were on fire. Most of it was grass. There was a lot of equipment and shed type material that did burn, miscellaneous equipment on the properties. We do have a good handle on the fire now. We're doing mop up to make sure that the fire's all the way out.
No structures, obviously the flames were close to the homes, but no homes were damaged.
Right, after life safety, which there was no victims of fire injury or anything like that, our next priority was the property. So we placed hose lines strategically to stop the fire before they reached any residences.
As of right now, do you guys know what sparked the fire?
We don't at this time. We've got arson units on scene. They'll do an investigation.
And so how many acres is how long, how big was this fire, and the response of you guys getting out here so quickly?
I would put it at about 6 acres, give or take, with about an acre or two property per residence. We were able to arrive quickly. We had a full grass fire response, 4 engines and two Type 3 engines, battalion chiefs, safety officers. So our crews did a good job of putting out the fire as quick as we could.
Obviously today's a hot day. This fire could have been a lot worse than what it was. Let's talk about the safety aspect for you guys and during this type of heat.
Definitely, life safety is always going to be our main priority, not only for those that we're saving, but for our own crews as well. We've been making sure that we're hydrating, swapping out crews when we can, getting sufficient rest periods, and still being able to do operations fire-wise.
And there is a light breeze. Did that play a part in how quickly this?
Yeah, wind didn't play too much of a factor. Obviously, the heat, everything's very dry right now. Luckily, there wasn't a high wind factor involved.
How can something like this be prevented for the future?
Just in the future, it's just basic fire safety, knowing what's going on around you. I don't know the cause of this one per se. Once I do have a good idea of that, there's obviously ways that we can prevent it.
Close for these homes to being evacuated?
There was people were evacuating their own homes. They were also taking precautions to protect their own homes as much as they could. As soon as we arrived on scene, we got people back as far as we could away from the fire and took over the fire attack.
There's as you said, just people were taking their own ways to get to support you guys, whether it was spraying water down for themselves. Even on the other side, there was a Davy tree service person that was out surveying, happened to jump in as well. What do you say to the citizens that do try to help you guys out with fighting this fire?
Our main priority is that everybody's safe. If someone can be in a safe position and help us out before we get there, that's great. Once we do get there, we always take over the operation. We're trained, we're equipped, and we've got enough personnel to put out the fire.